Grounded theory. Agenda. Introduction, objectives, data analysis, open coding, actual coding, selective coding, and conclusions. Introduction. Our tutor Jorge Muñoz gave us a real transcription of 8 diaries taken from his own research in Salucop Norte IED school. We took those transcriptions and we tried to analyze them using the ground theory, with open, actual, and selective coding. We will explain the data analysis that we did with the different codes and categories that we extracted from the diaries. Objectives. To explain the data analysis through the ground theory with its 3 different steps: open, actual, and selective coding. To explain the different codes and the categories that we found. To answer the research question with the data analysis that we did. Data analysis. Our tutor Jorge provided the transcription of 8 diaries to work. Open coding. Research question. What do primary teachers' reflective diaries inform us about the tactics and methodology used in their pedagogical practice when teaching English as foreign language at Salucop Norte IED school? Here we have the open coding. We read exhaustively the 8 diaries, and in most of them we found some repeated words, characteristics, feelings, or activities, and we put those codes here. We group those words and we created a code name. For instance, the first one, teacher frustration, because in most of the diaries said that they felt bad or they felt frustrated because they don't know English. Or in here we continue with more codes. We have 24 codes in total. Let's explain the code 14, difficulty of the activity. Is when the activity to do is not easy and it is complex for children. When that situation happened, the teacher had to change the activity. So here we have the code 16, activity modifications, to change the process of the original activity to do it easier to the understanding of children. For instance, code 22, variety of activities, different kind of activities like puppets, videos, dramatizations. In most of the diaries called the variety of activities, so we group that codes and we created the code name variety of activities. And now Natalia is going to explain you actual coding.
Axial coding. That analysis steps, axial coding. Research question. What do you teacher reflective diary inform you about the didactics and methodology used in their pedagogical practice with teaching English and foreign language at School Norte IED school? In the axial coding, we divide the categories taking into account the analysis in the daily and the open coding. Emotional characteristics express every feeling and emotion that the teacher felt in English class. For example, teacher frustration, self-confidence, student possible and attitude, lack of interest, teacher motivation, children motivation. Methodology. Talking about each strategy and research using the learning in the English class. For example, visual eye, activity modification strategy, children aid, Byron activity, word association, vocabulary, repetition of word, pronunciation, the beginning of learning English or foreign language. Positive feedback. In this space, we see the advent of a student after the teacher implement their strategies so it can be said that progress and the teamwork were the most significant.
Selective code. Selective code is the process of integrating and refining theory. It's our reflective coding. Based on the question, what do primary teachers' reflective diaries inform us about didactics and methodology using their pedagogical practice when teaching English as a foreign language at Salud Cop Norte IED schools. We took from the diaries 4 main categories: emotional characteristics, methodology, progress, and positive feedback. Emotional characteristic is how the teachers feel when they develop an activity. The methodology are the strategies, tasks, and activities developed in order to improve the 4 communication skills. The progress is what they have learned, evaluate what they have learned, and a positive feedback on their efforts, progress, success, and meaningful learning. At the beginning, they have different feelings, such as anxiety and confusion, because English lack of knowledge. They don't know English very well, so they feel frustrated because they couldn't understand and teach properly. So they decided to change the strategies and activities developed in order to improve their communication skills. Some of the strategies they use are the following: word association, repetition, vocabulary, images, pronunciations, making the students speak in order to improve their learning experience, and various activities such as songs, videos, puppets, games, and role play. After they change and try to improve their methodology, they could see their progress by evaluating what they have learned, and it is an evidence in the activity called introducing family members. They were having a positive feedback on their effort, progress, success, and meaningful learning. All these processes have an improvement of these 4 categories: emotional characteristics, methodology, progress, and positive feedback, to make a positive impact on the students, and it can be reflected on students' self-confidence because they could speak better, could try better, and could listen in better. So all these observations makes the teachers to have a positive impact on the students.
Conclusions. As a conclusion, we were able to analyze the different strategies and methodology implemented by the teacher at Salud Cop Norte IED School during the English class, thus achievement to identify their difficulties, emotions, didactics that they had during this experience. After they changed their attitude, methodologies, and introduced new strategies, they could see a positive impact on the students reflected on their self-confidence as well.